El usuario de stand puede ser cualquiera. Elijo madre usuario de stand.
Oh my god! Hello, my friend. Yes, no problem. The fifth generation, vacuum tubes, market the build of electronic computer processor with enormous and reading on vacuum tubes. They perform simple calculations these days, served as electrical switches and amplifiers. With their generation a lot of heat and were extremely slow and prone to failure. Computers such as the ENIAC, UNIVAC, and IBM 701 are representative of this generation. They were huge machines that performed basic arithmetic operations using punch cards and took up entire rooms. Apple and microprocessor did not yet exist, but the foundations for the entire digital age were laid. Okay, yes, change to virtual for the second generation. The use of transistor replaced the vacuum tubes, allowing for smaller, faster, and more durable equipment. Transistors marked the beginning of the first logic processor, although they were not yet integrated into the single chip. Systems such as the IBM 1719 and CDC 1604 were development which could already run more complex programs. This generation introduces the first high-level programming language, such as COBOL and Fortran, and laid the foundations for modern CPU architecture. This generation allowed computers to begin to move out of laboratories and into business and scientific institutions. And the third generation, with the advent of integrated circuits, hundreds of transistors could be placed on a single chip, reducing size and increasing speed. This allowed for the construction of the first experimental microprocessor and more compact system, computers such as the IBM 360 and the PDP-8 stand out. This stage laid the foundations for the miniaturization and modularity of components. The concept of integration was born, multiple functions, and simple chip.
Hello, brother. Okay, the fourth generation birth of the microprocessors, this generation marked the official birth of the microprocessor, a chip that contained all the functions at CPU. In 1971, Intel launched the Intel 4004, considered the first commercial microprocessor with a 4-bit architecture. Then came Intel 8008 and 8080 bits. And later, 16-bit processor emerged, such as Intel 8086, 8088, and which gave rise the core architecture. Apple launched and used the MEOS technology by popularly 8-bit processors. Fifth generation 32-bit processors during this stage they were more powerful and capable of multitasking, more advanced architecture hyper. Such RISC and CISC, Intel dominated with this A0386 and A0486 series, while AMD launched the AIM386 as its alternative. Apple, for this part, changed its architecture to Motorola 68020 and 68040 with greater speed and graphics compatibility. Used in classic Macintosh computers, able to get with IBM, and Motorola created the PowerPC architecture, used in this Power Mac G3 and G4, which offered excellent multimedia performance. This generation consolidated the graphical interface and multitasking processing, and Apple started out for an intuitive PC and graphic power. The 6th generation 64-bit architecture transition. 64-bit processors marked a power lead in performance and memory capacity. The first multi-core CPUs capable of processing multiple tasks simultaneously were introduced. Intel launched the Pentium 4 and Core Duo, while AMD introduced the Athlon 64 and Optane. Apple at this stage continued with the PowerPC G5, which offered high performance but suffered for temperature and power consumption issues. Apple abandoned PowerPC and partnered with Intel, adopting Intel Core Duo processors in its laptops and desktop. This change was enabled compatibility with PC software and consolidated energy efficiency.
Seventh generation advanced multi-core process dominate this stage. Intel launched the Core i3, i5, i7 and Xeon families, while AMD introduced the Xeon 2nd and X series. Technologies such as hyper threading and turbo core were developed. Apple used Intel Core processor throughout this generation, optimizing the wide Mac-OS system. In addition, Apple began developing custom ARM chips for this iPhone and iPads such as A4, A7, and A11 Bionic. Apple began to prepare for technological independence, demonstrating that in cloud design its own processor. 8th generation. The current generation focuses on miniaturization, energy efficiency, and integration and parallel processing. Intel is developing its Core Ultra and AMD its Ryzen 7000 with it and low power cores. However, Apple is taking a revolutionary step with its own Apple Silicon chips based on ARM architecture. M1 5M chip with integrated CPU, PPU, and NPU. M2 8 graphic performance and efficiency. M3 manufactured and 3MN. No, juego como que 3MN. M3 manufactured at 3 nanometers with a 16 core neutral engine and support for advanced IA. The chip outperforms many Intel and AMD processor is efficient and thermal performance and mark Apple's return to total hardware independence. Modern processor use calculate they are the learn adaptation and integrated with artificial intelligence.
Llegamos los dueños de la guardería. ¡Tu papá!